Hello, this is the second of two videos introducing you to GPH904 GIS for Research and Analysis. In this video I want to talk about Canvas and how it's organized and how you can use it to communicate with me as well as with your groups. So hopefully you've logged into Canvas using your student ID and password, and you've taken a look at the front page, which describes the goals of the class and provides some links to supporting documentation that you'll want to refer back to, in fact, to understand what it is we're trying to do, and also to guide you in your group's work on approaching your particular group's project and objectives, goal and objectives. So I want to just walk through how Canvas is organized. It should be fairly self-explanatory, but if it's new to you, don't worry, it's not too complicated. So the home page is what you see when you first log in. Here you see all this text that I've organized, kind of walking you through the process and providing links to different items. Most of the stuff that you need is going to be listed on the left-hand side of the menu. So home is where we're at currently. Announcements presents the announcements that come through in Canvas, although you should normally see those when they are posted, because you'll get other notifications letting you know there is an announcement in Canvas, depending on how you've had it set up. Secondly, you'll see under announcements, discussion section, and discussions are where we talk to one another. And so discussions are where you can post comments and make observations and talk to one another as well as to me. So this discussion that we're looking at right here, actually there's two of them. There's one here called the icebreaker, and then there's a course and project discussion. These discussions are accessible on the main page when you first log in, and these are visible to everyone in the class and to me. The first one, a snow icebreaker, I'm asking you to participate in before Monday, February 16th, and this is just again to introduce ourselves to one another, and just to get comfortable. So if you click on that and go into that discussion, you can read the instructions and then just click on the reply area and then just make a comment, and you'll see that you have all these formatting tools too, so you can really control what it looks like, and just post a reply when you're ready, and that'll be put there, and anybody can reply to you directly, or they can just post right after you, and we should all be able to view those postings. When you do go to post your comment, please click on the subscribe button so that you will get notifications that that there's conversation happening. It's particularly if someone replies to you, it'd be nice to know that they've done that so that you can reply in a timely manner. So do remember to subscribe to the discussion. The other discussion that's here is called course and project discussion, and it's just a general area to post questions about the course itself, particularly questions that others in the class might have and would benefit from knowing the answer to. So if you have a general question or comment about the class as a whole, this is a good place to put it. Of course, if you have a personal issue that you want to discuss privately, you can always message me directly, and I'll respond as quickly as I can. Okay, under discussions on the left-hand side is assignments, and so the assignments are those things that you're going to assign to do, and they have deadlines. So the assignments are organized in a variety of ways, but you can look at them the way you want. They're organized by date initially, by default. It shows you what's upcoming due, and I would suggest that you always pay attention to the due date first. Some of them, the availability is after the due date, and that's simply to give you a little cushion in case something goes wrong. You can't make the due date for some bizarre reason. But generally, you want to look at the due date column when you're looking for assignments, and you'll see a variety of them there. But if you look at them by type, which I think is important, we can kind of sort them out. This reflects how the course is organized. So the group project deliverables items represent 80% of your total grade, and these are the group deliverables that you'll be submitting at periodic intervals, and those you'll see the dates are fairly far apart, several weeks at least, usually 4 weeks between due dates. In addition, you'll see these group work log and tasks. So I am, as I told you in the previous video, expecting each group to maintain a group work log and task list that's updated at least weekly, and that's posted on your group's homepage or somewhere easily accessible to everyone. And I'll be checking on that regularly to make sure that you are keeping that up. And so as long as the group is doing that, you'll be assigned points for doing that. Participation is a separate grade category, and this represents 20% of your total grade in the course, and so you get participation for doing the group peer reviews that'll be happen periodically, usually after the deliverable presentations are done, as well as the icebreaker, which I already told you, you get participation grade for that. And in addition, I will be taking roll when we eventually meet in class. So that's how the grade structure is set up, and those are the assignments. And you can access them through here, but they will also appear to you in your notification page on when you first log into Canvas. You'll always get an alert saying what's due next. So wherever you see a link to an item, you can access it that way. But this is a good way to keep on top of what's due when. Pages over here on the left-hand side shows you the content pages that have been set up within Canvas. Now, when you come at it from here, you're seeing the first page that I've set up for the main part of the course. When you go into your own group section, which we'll get to in a second, you have the opportunity to manipulate this, the group does, and anybody in the group, to add other pages that you may want to control in order to post products or to display items that you want to show each other and to me. In fact, if you click on View All Pages, you can kind of see how this is set up. It basically is just a list of individual pages. They're kind of like web pages, but you don't have to. In fact, you can interact with them through the HTML if you're comfortable with that, but you don't have to. They're just like working in any kind of a word processing document. They allow you to edit them fairly easily. Files will show you any files that have been uploaded to the course. And so again, this is at the highest level. This is for the course as a whole. Everybody sees these. In your own group homepage, you will have a very similar thing. It's just for your group. So you all can share things with each other in that group homepage. Grades, let me jump over people for a second. Grades will show you, well, your grades. And so you should monitor that. And what you'll see is that I'll assess things as they come through after the due dates, and you'll see your scores here, and you can see how you're performing overall through the course. And again, I would check on that regularly, remembering too that the different sections are weighted differently. So you'll see that the group project deliverables, which include the deliverable presentations and products, as well as the work log and task list, those all go into the bulk of your grade, but the participation is fairly significant too, and that will be have a separate weighting to it. Okay, going to people, over here on the left, you'll see a list of everyone in the class. And so you can communicate with everyone in the class through Canvas. And here's where we get to the groups part of it. So you click on groups, what you'll see is the list of the groups that you are that are there, and you can see who's in the groups. And now I'm in student view from my perspective, so it looks locked to me, but you will be able to access your respective group, the one that you're joined in at least. So I'm going to log out of my student view for the moment to show you what the group project pages look like, the home pages, and also to just leave you with a couple things that I want you to do in Canvas more generally. So it's going to look a little different to you when we're looking at it from my perspective, but when we go to the group homepage to visit the group homepage of a particular group, the one that you're assigned to, it'll look a lot like the regular GPH904 Canvas page, except this space is for your particular group. And you notice that we're in that space because you'll see over here in the upper left, it says the name of your particular group project. If you want to go back to the regular one, you can just click on the link to the regular course. Okay, and then you'll see also on the left all the different sections that I just went through in Canvas, except here, your group, everyone in the group has complete control over these sections, and I want you to use them. Use them to communicate with one another, to share products. And in particular, the discussions page or discussions link is where I want you to communicate with one another. And the way that it works essentially is that when you're ready to start having conversations, someone needs to just hit discussion, and it'll create a new discussion posting in here where you can start carrying on conversations. And you can have as many separate discussions as you want to. And and however you want to organize that. So I encourage you to play with that, but definitely use that to communicate with one another so that everyone is in the loop in terms of what conversations are happening, and also so that I can check in and see what conversations are happening and also participate, because I will be looking regularly at your conversations and offering advice and further information as you go forward. You're not in this alone. I don't want you to flounder, but I do want you to work together to get toward that toward the final products that we're looking for. Okay, so that's what the group homepage looks like. I'm going to also send you separately through the announcements some links on the help. You always see help up in here in the upper right that allows you to look for help on the guides for Canvas, but I'll send you some links specifically to talk about how to navigate and work with these groups and the group homepages. All right, last thing I want to leave you with then before we get started in all this is the settings. So as I said, we're going to be using Canvas a lot to communicate and to organize ourselves, and it's really important that you stay on top of what's happening in Canvas. And so everybody has a different communication style, but this is a technology-based course, and so I assume that you're somewhat immersed in the internet for some part of the week, and so you want to make sure that you're being alerted when things of importance are happening in Canvas for the course, or when your colleagues are trying to get a hold of you. So you'll notice in the upper right there's a settings section. If you click on settings, you'll have the opportunity to control how Canvas communicates with you. So you'll see over here in the right, it says email addresses. You can add other email addresses beyond your assigned Salem State email address. So if you're not typically using the Salem State email address, then I suggest that you set it up to go to the one that you're going to actually check, because I am, and I think the rest of the group can reasonably assume that you are alerted to communication happening in Canvas. That is your responsibility and the expectation. So choose an email or add emails that you think you will actually check. Now, maybe you're not a big email person. There are other contact methods. Below the email, you'll see that you can also set it up so that it will send a text message to your phone. If that's your primary form of communication, then set it up that way, and that's fine too if you're going to use that. If you scroll down, lo and behold, you can even have Canvas talk to your Facebook page, talk to your LinkedIn account, talk to your Twitter account. So whatever it is that you use to communicate online, chances are Canvas can talk to it. And so I really, really encourage you to set that up for your system of communication. And again, from here on out, I assume that when a message is sent through Canvas, either through the discussions, through announcements, or through messaging, that you will get it in a reasonable amount of time and be able to respond in a reasonable amount of time. So that's it. That's how Canvas works. That's how the class is going to be set up. If you have any questions, please, on the basic homepage for Canvas in the discussions setting, oops, jumped out, in the discussions for the course and project, post them there. If you have a personal question, please message me through Canvas. And otherwise, I really hope to see you by February 23rd. All right, talk to you later. Bye.